So, real estate, the future of real estate and hospitality, investment and development. So, please, 60 seconds to introduce yourself, what you do, and why are you joining here this incredible gathering. Jeanette, please.
I'm Jeanette Pressman, and I'm a governor with Miami Realtors. We represent 60,000 members. I'm also in general real estate with Desert Platinum Realty, who's the developer of this building, the Porsche Design Tower, Armani Kazi. I'm their top producing agent. And I also volunteer for Pancreatic Cancer Action Network.
Thank you, Jeanette, for sharing. Adi,
Hi. Ciao carissimo.
welcome back.
Grazie.
Can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi,
For those
everyone.
who don't know you.
Yes. Obviously, I speak a little bit of Italian. My name is Adi Susan. I'm a fifth generation real estate family. We've been in real estate in the US since 1904. I built an international software company, built an international media company, wrote a 457-page best-selling book, and I sit on the board for an international power company and data center company.
Thank you so much. So, while we are waiting for Mark.
Hey!
Okay, cool. I'm sorry. So, let's go ahead. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm James Corman, fifth generation family business in real estate specifically. I specialize in multifamily and moved to Miami so that I could take advantage of the opportunities here, which are plentiful.
Thank you so much. Pedro.
Hello, I'm Pedro Guerralves. I come from Portugal, the first generation in real estate, although I'm working on the second generation already present. And we work hospitality and multifamily, basically service departments. We do believe that the future will happen with service departments. We all have less and less time, so the more service available, and when we share, it's obviously more efficient. So this is our belief.
Pedro, you are the second generation?
No, I'm the first generation. I just said that the second generation is already in the room.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I saw your daughter. Gene.
Sure. I'm Gene Edelman. I'm from Los Angeles, and I've been developing real estate for 40 years and been frustrated for 40 years of how difficult it is to build things. So 4 years ago, I developed technology to 3D print homes using recycled plastics, and we're rapidly growing. I have a factory in Los Angeles, in 3 weeks opening in Denver. When I was in at the forum last month, signed a JV in the UAE. Rapidly growing company.
Thank you so much. So, of course, we have a full spectrum of professionals and experts from, we can say, many parts of the world. So, please, Jeanette, can we start from Miami, and can you share with us how is the real estate market in Miami now?
It's really doing fantastic. We've had, in the last 6 months, consecutive growth. So in Miami, we've had 10% increase in single-family houses, and condos 15%. In Broward, 1% for single, 11% on condos. And in Palm Beach, we've had 9% consecutive growth for single-family houses and 11% for condos. It's still very affordable here, though. We have the average price for single-family houses is $685,000, and for condos, $270,000. And in the ultra luxury, we're doing really, really well. Last year in 2025, we sold 361 single-family houses that were $10 million and up. So pretty much every single day, we were selling a house $10 million and up.
That's interesting. Adi, do you have any project here in Miami? Are you dealing with some project here?
Not specifically in Miami. We are doing quite a bit internationally. Infrastructure projects. In particular, I'm working with one of my godfathers to rebuild the desalination plants, power plants, and data centers across the Middle East, the ones that were blown up, and add a little bit more to that infrastructure as well so they're more resilient.
And how do you manage to be the fifth generation of your own business?
Well, my mother's a Russian Jew, and there's no settling. There was no sparing the rod. You started attending business and board meetings when you were 8 years old, And there was no question if you were going into real estate. It was, what are you going to do in real estate? We don't care what it is, but you stay in that industry and you keep the relationships warm. So actually, right now, I'm in the midst of negotiating the acquisition of an $800 million trophy asset as well. So,
Can you say where?
Manhattan.
Okay.
And we're getting it at 30% off for those of you who are worried that we're not getting a discount.
So in New York. James, can you share with us your perspective on the current multifamily investment landscape here in Miami?
Well, I've been in managing apartments for 30 years in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and also in Tampa. And I can tell you that right now, the investors that we have, both institutionally and also family offices that we collaborate with, everybody wants Florida and Texas. The first time I heard it, I said, yeah, whatever. Florida's a big roller coaster, and we like the little roller coaster up north because it's. Yes. So anyway, so that's fine. But then when the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, investor said the same thing, we want Texas or Florida, I skedaddled down here, and it's the opportunities are really plentiful. And I'm not leaving. I just got my driver's license for Miami or for Florida. So no, I really think that it's it goes down maybe a little bit because of the interest rates and because of a lot of people are fleeing because they're worried they're going to get deported. But I think that it's going to still rocket up. I really do.
Okay, cool. Pedro, can you share with us something about your own business? I know you are totally committed with longevity. Can you share with our audience what does longevity means, of course, and how are you dealing with it?
Thank you, Carmelo. So basically, I've been working with the family for a long time. I'm very fortunate to have very good genes. So my grandmother lived 99, my godmother 103. Still take care of the sister that's the kid of 97, and that's the reason why I moved to Spain, to be closer to the family. But this is to say that I got aware that we should all take care of ourselves. It's very, very important that we change habits, we change the patterns, and we build healthier lives. So this is what we have been putting together. Fortunately, amongst the conference, there's a lot of potential on technology and on science to also help. So it's not just yoga, Pilates, and going to the gym. It's eating well, taking care of yourself, taking care of your sleep, but also using the technology that we have around. We are talking about people living until 150 years old, so mind this and understand why service is so important.
Thank you so much. Jean, how are you using and how much are you using technology in your business? Because
Sure.
this is the most traditional industry, in the market, but of course, also real estate and hospitality needs, to be powered by technology. How are you dealing with it?
Sure. Well, I've been in real estate development for 40 years, and a couple things that make construction ripe for disruption or for new technology is, 100 years ago, we had a horse and a buggy for transportation, but a carpenter.
No, just keep closer.
Yeah, we have carpenter who used the nails and the hammer to build a house. Today, we drive EV vehicles, and we still have a carpenter with a nail, and it was a hammer and a nail. So labor shortages, material shortages, all the waste that construction generates just makes this industry prime. In terms of opportunities, I love Miami as well and many other places, but right now I really believe the best opportunities in Southern California. We lost in the last 15 months 16,000 prime homes in Malibu, Pacific Palisades, Altadena. You can buy, I bought myself a lot for a third off. And it was my technology. I will break ground next week and we'll finish by July 1. That's unheard of. It took, usually in California, it takes 6 years to get a permit and takes 2 to 3 years to build. So, I like markets where it's tough to get a permit and it's tough to build. And so Southern California meets those two criteria, and right now it just offers incredible opportunity. In terms of longevity, we also produce these units used for glamping resorts and eco-resorts. It takes us 4 weeks to build. So somebody can order it today and move in next month. And I JV with different glamping resort developers. We're starting a project in Joshua Tree. Again, very tough to build new hotels. It takes forever. Rates are way up. Great opportunity now, and it's in longevity market for really can rejuvenate. And you have 20 million people who can within 2-hour distance to drive to that. So great opportunities there.
That's impressive. Jeanette, I've heard that many CEOs are encouraging other CEOs to move to Miami. Can you tell us something about that? It's
Yeah.
true, or
Yep.
can you
that's
confirm
called,
that?
Yes, it's called Ambition Accelerated, and it was started by Stephen Ross and Ken Griffin. They've invested $10 million of their own money to try to recruit other CEOs to move to Miami and South Florida. They really, they've invested a lot of money here. So Ken Griffin has spent $2.5 billion building Citadel for their headquarters, and like our government here in Florida is very pro-business. So they want to make sure that there's growth for businesses. There's no state income tax, while other states are raising the tax for the wealthy. Well, we're not. There's no state income tax. We also have like elite private schools and public schools. So yeah, something really nice is that we had a historical sale with Mark Zuckerberg a couple months ago. He purchased a lot that was almost 2 acres in Indian Creek, and it cost $170 million. He paid for just the lot.
That's cool. James, what would you say to the CEOs thinking about moving here to Miami? How would you encourage them to come here?
I think it's a great place to live. The weather is incredible.
And we can see.
Yeah, it's a walkable city like New York, which is great, but it seems to be cleaner and newer and safer. So I think it's great here. I really do. I'm not leaving. You're stuck with me.
That's cool. And are you deploying your own funds here?
Yes, yeah, definitely. It's been hard to close a deal because we don't do bad deals, and only off market, and only multifamily was the rule of thumb. But now there's one of the beautiful things about switching from institutional partners like Carlyle and Davis companies, and now Coa and Honeywell. Instead of dealing with them and having family offices to talk to, there's been opportunities that are coming across my desk that are incredible. So whereas I would always say, no, I'm not investing in anything that I don't run, or that axiom, now because of the collaboration and the incredible brain power in rooms like this, I really, yes, I'm deploying, but I'm now looking at things that are alternative investments more than I ever did. And, it's really an incredible opportunity. So it's not just, being in Miami, it's being with people in groups like this, whether it's 1640 or Tiger or whatever group it really is. It's amazing.
Are you also in the hospitality?
I'm straight up just apartments.
Okay.
So I made my career doing value add, heavy value add, late value add of apartments, and now I've pivoted the company more towards the luxury and things that are going to appreciate long term, because that's really what we want to do as a family office is invest things long term, whereas our institutional investors wanted fix and flip, but 3 to 5 years. Once it's stabilized, you get that phone call saying, hey, we want to get a broker's valuation. And that means we're going to be selling. So family offices, they don't want to sell so fast. And a lot of times they don't ever want to sell. So it's a great, for estate planning for kids, we're 5th generation. I'm 4th generation. My kids are 5th generation. It's like an ATM machine. It's a gift. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. So that's what I focus on.
Thank you so much. Adi, are you in the hospitality also?
Not currently, but we do play the real estate market like a soccer game where we're looking at which asset to enter and exit. We're very fluid. Adaptability is the name of the game for us. So my great-great-grandmother started with grocery stores and single-family homes. Right now, we're not doing either of those. As I told you, we're looking at data centers, infrastructure projects, trophy assets, Where's Kyle? Kyle was on a few panels yesterday and today convincing us that we should be doing sports stadiums and those assets. So we're always looking, our North Star metric is being stewards of the capital. So it's about capital preservation first and appreciation second. So we're looking for low risk and as high of a reward as we can go for without compromising the principle that's invested.
Adi, it's very important because you're saying about capital preservation, of course, but I would also shine a light on the mindset preservation, because you are a best-selling author. So how are you? Which is the key factor to train the next generation?
So in my family, you have to start attending meetings when you're 8 years old, because if you look at developmental psychology, at the age of 9, you start to be self-conscious. So at the age of 8, my daughter would run over and sit next to the president of an international bank and not even think twice. She's like, well, that's my godfather. So we get them comfortable in feeling like real estate meetings, board meetings, business meetings, city hall planning meetings, meeting with commissioners, with prime ministers, comfortable when they're young. So then when they're old enough to start being self-conscious, they're like, why would I be self-conscious? That's someone that I've known my whole life. So for us, building, one of the other North Star metrics is keeping the relationships warm and being stewards of the relationships as well, because we don't want the relationships to last 1 year or one project. We do want them to last 100 years.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Pedro, we got to talk also about Europe, because the passive income could be also an opportunity for investors and wealth managers. So, because we see opportunities here in the United States, what about euros?
Well, basically, I would like to follow up on something. First is the possibility to actually, capital preservation is something that Adi just mentioned and we treasure very much. So we think that if a bank is putting 70% of the investment, if we're doing a ground up with the construction companies that already have the reputation, otherwise banks will not lend. This is a guarantee for everyone, and the passive income in euros that is possible is very, very interesting. And another thing that I would like to say is, one of our projects, we are working behind the scenes with Gene, because I actually think that his project is very, very valuable.
Are you already working together?
We are preparing to work together.
Okay, cool.
Working together is when we have the first Gene house in our property, but still not yet there.
Did you decide now here on the stage to work together? Really? We have the news?
We definitely shook hands with that intention.
That's a breaking news.
But most importantly, I think that Gene forgot something about his project that fascinates me. That for every house, he's reutilizing, as you can see, every table has bottled waters. He's using 100,000 per house. So I think that getting rid of plastic and making it into housing, especially that you can turn so fast and because some of the projects we are building, as I said, I like water. I don't know about you, but it's just fascination I have. So in those areas, the tendency is that we are not allowed to build so much. But these kind of houses we can. So that's within our most iconic project. Most certainly we will be working together.
That's cool. So, Jean, do you have any other projects you want to share with the audience? Not only with Pedro? Maybe in the hospitality, because we would like to share something about hospitality.
With hospitality, we are approached by projects everywhere. Caribbean, around US, Middle East. We can build things 30% less expensive, 70% faster. And as Pedro said, don't throw away these bottles in the garbage. Find a recyclable, because even it's $100,000 for a small module. For my house I'm building in Malibu, we're going to use 1.5 million water bottles. So then what the issues that are creating this massive shortage of housing are environmental. We had an earthquake in Turkey a couple of years ago. There are still over 200,000 homes that have not been rebuilt. LA fires I mentioned, Maui fires, floods in Oman just a couple of weeks ago. And of course wars. I'm originally from Ukraine. My country will need to be rebuilt sooner or later, right? Millions of homes been destroyed. what's happening in the Middle East. So there is going to be an incredible demand for faster construction. And we don't have enough construction workers or materials to do this. So it's an incredible opportunity.
Yeah. Can you tell us also how does the 3D printing works?
Yeah.
What's the kind of technology behind it?
Yeah, it's combination of robotics. I mean, we use large industrial robots that we actually borrowed from automotive.
Do you
industry.
own the robots?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. We have the robots. We have equipment called extruders. They basically take the pellets of this plastic and fiberglass, it's very strong material, and melt it to make the product. And then we developed our own technology for the platform. So we really just build a platform that can make from small homes for affordable housing to units for multi-story apartment buildings. We have a couple apartment buildings coming up in California, all the way to luxury homes. So it's a platform that can deliver different housing. We just finished the 60-unit homeless housing in San Luis Obispo. So really, really flexible. And the other thing is design. You know, you're limited by a 2x4 when you build traditional construction. Everything is very square. You drive around Miami, you see some beautiful projects with some curves to them, usually very expensive. We can do curves. We can make sexy projects inexpensive. How
That's
about
cool.
that?
Are you also? Now, Jean, I'm very curious because, of course, 3D printing could be, very interesting. But are you also thinking about implementing augmented reality to?
Yeah, we're really we have a number of designers who can kind of bring our vision to life. We use AI to take a traditional construction plan and modularize it. You know, again, thinking about beautiful designs. You know, Colosseum couldn't have been built today because nobody could afford it, and it's not square, right? Or Taj Mahal, right? So it's really taking that something very square and making it beautiful and at the same time less expensive and fast. How can you beat that?
Cool. But are you looking?
Can I make one comment about that?
Sure.
So my father built 30,000 houses before Google Earth or computer-aided drafting. This would blow his mind. He's in heaven now, but this would blow his mind. So I commend you for what you were doing. Yeah. I commend you for jumping in. So because 1 + 1 = 3. So I think that's really good.
Yeah, we can get by email a plan for just a plot plan, and within an hour. It actually takes minutes to create what can be built. It takes a human to take a look at it. So within an hour, you can have a concept. You can go to a lender with a budget the next day.
At the end of the stage, day 5 are going to launch their own company altogether, from Jean to Jeanette. Pedro, we have only 1 minute left, so your final remarks for our audience.
My final remark is just to, if this resonates, please come meet me outside. It will be my pleasure to talk a little bit more about you.
Can we do a big round of applause only in this moment for Pedro for bringing her daughter here in Miami and his mother in Dubai. I love it. I love it. Adi, your final remark, please.
I have no idea. Can I go last?
No, someone looking, to do something to do with you. So maybe for any other projects.
Oh, I have.
How can they reach out to you, get in touch with you?
The best way to get in touch with me is to find Anthony or Dushan and ask them for my mobile number, or Dual Glass. But yeah, all the social media is managed by other people in the Philippines. So if you reach out to me on social, you'll be talking to someone else. But if you want off-market deals in several different countries, that's what we're working on right now.
Thank you so much. You're a hub of deals. Jeanette, your last words, because yesterday I'm still impressed about the Bentley residences. So you're doing very incredible stuff here in Miami. And so what's your final few words?
Thanks. Well, I really want to take the opportunity for my final words to congratulate Anthony for his 10 years and for trusting me. Thank you so much. I've been part of these summits for 9 years out of that. So thank you, Anthony. You're amazing. So proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you guys, and thank you for your patient attention. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carol.